welcome back. And I've started a new Battlefront actually, and we can catch up with Tim and Jonathan. They're both on with me today, as they mostly always are. But we've got a couple of questions actually to start off with a different format, and I'm actually going to ask them to Tim because he seemed to be most suited to these questions. Someone's asked, Air or Navy when you're starting with the UK? I guess if you've got a gun to your head and you could only pick one, what would it be?
Depends like who your allies are, and I'd say like Navy at first, definitely, because you just do have so much coastline. And then sort of depending who your allies are, like if you're allied with France, you probably want to sort of make sure no one can quickly hop over from Calais to London. So yeah, I'd definitely say boats first.
Okay, great. And then the other question, which are the most strategic naval bases to build in Spain? What cities would you go for?
I've actually just started a Spain game, and I've done one in the north in La Coruña, and then one in Barcelona and one in Malaga. Just they're sort of like spaced out enough. You don't need. I think there's five.
Yeah, it's 5.
Harbours, yeah, but 3 is a good number. Just so you've got all points sort of covered, really.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Well, those questions were well answered, and we'll just show you the action. I've taken Algeria entirely. They did pop out the woodwork though at the very last minute, as they seem to when you're just taking the last territory. But we held on. I've got some units with some crazy low energy, and I'll show you them, and I'm sending them to Warsaw. So ready your doctors, Jonathan. This one's not too bad. It's got 18.4 out of 47 health, but I realised it's only going to take him 21 hours to get to Warsaw, and then he's got 5 healing a day, so it's well worth it when you've got a lot of energy to replenish. But look, this one has got 1.5 out of 47 health, this tank. So I'm sending him to Warsaw as well, 20 hours 55, and I don't know if this is an all-time record, but if you have a look at my rocket launcher that's in Syria or Serbia or wherever it is you're attacking at the moment, Jonathan, Syria, it's got he's got 0.8 health now out of 15, but he did have 0.7, and I think I remember it was 0.5 earlier in the game, so just sending him over to Al Jorf to maybe join. Yeah, well, there's a hospital there, and he can heal up and give them a bit of defence on the front line. But I've started the new front. Got a big stack now, and we've got 2 main battle tanks, 1 combat recon, 2 mechanised infantry, and look at the star, a nice shiny silver star next to them now because they're levelled up. And a motorised infantry and 3 rocket launchers. I've finally brought all the rocket launchers together. I've got 3 of them in a stack, so that's going to be interesting to see how they work and who they're going to come across. They're going down to Khartoum. Maybe on the way I'll break off the odd infantry and start land grabbing. I've got an infantry here just finishing off land grabbing Egypt, so he's just going around there, you see, and then 1 infantry popping out and going back in to grab that bit of land that was missed, and I might just carry him on all the way down and land grab here. Where is this I'm attacking now? Sudan. Sudan's going down. It's got 1 city, and then I'm going to go on to Chad, and then maybe Ethiopia, because Ethiopia's got a really strategic position. Djibouti, so we'll have a think about that. But you're coming down the coast of Syria, or what? It's Saudi Arabia now you'll be going into, because Syria took so many different countries. Oh my god, and I saw all these contacts in Iraq. Oh, talk us through what's going on.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been moving my special forces down from city to city, just killing anything in its path. So they're going to be finishing off some of the last Serbians shortly. Now, a lot of my cities, you can see they're not on fire anymore. So I've been able to move some troops towards Kuwait City as well, and then I'll just help clear up the rest of Saudi Arabia, former Saudi Arabia. And also, yeah, I've gone to war with Iraq. So,
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Keep going.
On the background. Yeah. So going to war with Iraq. So just moving some troops in city by city, but there's loads of contacts there. And those will just be like armored fighting vehicles, recon vehicles, and maybe like level 3 or 4 motorized. So I've just got to pick each one off with my strikes.
Awaiting command.
And yeah, Al Raqqa is annexed now. So as soon as I've finished researching rocket launchers, I'm going to get them on their way and just upgrade some of my officers. What else? I've just taken Moscow. In like 20 minutes I'll take Moscow, and I might just continue and take a few more of these provinces, and then I'll probably leave the rest to you, Tim.
Yeah.
For now. That's about it.
Yeah. Wow, you've got a lot going on, so I'll just come back and have a closer look at some of that in Iraq, especially all those contacts. Looks like you've got all the action going again. So you're in your sort of second wave after the initial attack. You'll be able to free people up and move on. But I saw you had a stack of like 5 special forces, and I think you're building like anything at the moment. So you must have a fair few resources coming in by now. How many supplies are you building per hour? How are you getting per hour?
390. Although I'm actually struggling because like I was pumping so much stuff into troops and into my SAM turrets, and that just like really eats away at it. So like I am at a bit of a deficit. But I've got loads of cash and like enough components, fuels, and electronics. I'm actually quite low on raw materials too. But this is just like a little bit of a problem with the game as I see it. Is later on in the game you end up with a ton of money which you just can't spend on anything because nobody really puts stuff up on the market.
Yeah, I've got loads of money as well. I just can't buy stuff that I want. The market becomes inactive pretty quickly actually in the game. I think we were talking about how it'd be nice to have like some sort of universal market that spans across different games so that they remain active. That would be nice.
I guess just like that would be good because like money isn't really an object in any way. So if you had to if there was another feature where you, I don't know, paid for development in your countries or for politics or whatnot, then it might drive people to try and sell some of their resources later on to just get more money. Definitely
needs improving, doesn't it? The market dynamic. Well, any thoughts out there? Let us know in the comments. But Tim, what's happening with you up in the north?
So I'm just finishing off the last couple of level 5 arms industries. Level 4 on Edinburgh, but that'll be level 5 tomorrow. So yeah, I've got all those maxed out. I'm going to do a round of hospitals to try and just boost my population growth, try and get those VPs up a little bit more by the end of the game. And I'm just waypointing the last few points in Norway and a few points in Russia now, so should have all of that taken by this time tomorrow.
Very nice.
Moving up to Archangelsky in Russia, and that last northern town, Kirkenes in Norway.
Well, you've got loads of motorised infantry, haven't you? Yeah, loads of stacks and 1s and 2s, and then a 4 motorised with combat recon. Yeah,
just spreading them out all over the place, just getting all the provinces taken, and then I'm not sure whether to move into. I might move into Russia after that. It might be an idea to kind of enclose Mongolia in a way. If Jonathan's sort of more to his southwest, maybe if I came round the top, I might sort of make him think a little bit about what he wants to do.
Why not?
In terms of defending against us.
I can see he's definitely expanded. Where is it? This I've highlighted an area on my map where he's expanded into. Pretty sure he's taken. No, he hasn't. No, I don't. I'm not sure if he's expanded closer to you or not. Jonathan, you've taken that land across the river, which is interesting. And maybe he's looking. Maybe he's going down south. He's got Karachi and Hyderabad in India. Yeah, he's definitely cracking into India, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, while he's got more of his troops sort of potentially going more to the southwest, it might be a good time to get into his home cities, which still don't actually have that much infrastructure, really.
Yeah, and they're a long way away. So if you had
Yeah.
Russia and you had like an air base, then we could do a surprise attack.
Yeah, definitely.
Novosibirsk
Yeah.
is his nearest city, it looks like. Don't know where. Yeah, there aren't really any others anywhere near him, are there?
No. Mm.
And let's take a little closer look at this action in Iraq. Jonathan, I saw something quite interesting when your strikes were resting. They look amazing when they're just laying on the ground. Have you got any that are just sort of sitting there? Oh, yes, you have in Warsaw. Let's check it out. I saw them earlier and I thought, whoa, is that a new plane? But it's not. It's just your strikes updated.
Yeah, and when you get them to like the advanced level, they get some like kind of weird camo paint job. I think it might depend on what country you are. Maybe you can just check it out just through looking at like the upgrades.
Oh yeah, maybe. But yeah, we've spotted your ones there. So Strike Fighter, the most upgraded one. No, it doesn't really give a picture. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to see what they look like then. I don't know if anyone's like seen a fully updated Strike Fighter before. But God, look at all these contacts. So how are you seeing those contacts? You've got a radar.
Yeah, and because it's a high enough level, it can spot infantry as well as tanks. So that's all low radar signatures.
Oh God, its range is huge. Yeah, I'm just seeing. I'm on it now, and you can see it scanning, and it goes all the way to Basra in Kuwait City.
So all I need to do is just set my strike to patrol above an area, and it'll automatically attack anything that's beneath there every time it passes over. So it's just passed over, and I've actually killed 2 stacks at the same time. Because if you one of your planes kills a stack, and the others haven't attacked, then they'll seek something else out to attack. And that leads to some really interesting opportunities. Like when I was fighting Syria, I killed like 3 sets of troops at once because he had a stack and he split it up into 3 to try and escape the planes, but it just didn't work.
Oh wow! I bet he didn't see that coming. I guess the only risk is if you patrol above a load of anti-air, but even then you might take him out.
Yeah, I mean, like that's happened to me a lot. Like I like to have my planes just patrolling overnight, so because then you can just have everything dead by the time you get there the next day. But on this other game, I've lost about 20 planes just because I've patrolled them above frigates. It's been rather tragic. So
it sounds easy, but it's not always. But yeah, loads of.
You're taking a risk. You're taking a risk, but like the only reason I'll do it for this is because I'm just so certain he's a computer. But I don't know if Syria was to just march in a few anti-air into the middle of Iraq, then he would take down my whole stack. But I've nearly got like 2 other stacks of planes, so I'll be absolutely fine. Just replenishing them.
Cool, you got backup then. I just saw actually earlier. I better do it while I remember because I've just built another rocket launcher. I'll move that down to the front line. I may as well. He'll get there eventually. There we go. 21 hours and yes. I wonder if I can. I've now built. Yes, that reminds me then. I've started building a theatre defence system because I've now got a level 5 army base, so that's cool. It's going to be ready in about 17 hours. So we'll have a theatre defence system for the next episode, and we'll check it out and see what it looks like, because we haven't had one yet. And I might put it down to Madrid. I quite fancy Madrid and Marrakesh as kind of Western defence posts in a way. Because they're kind of is Marrakesh. How do you tell if something's the main city of that country? Is there any way?
Well, once you've taken over, like it doesn't really matter. I don't think they've got any more resource productions. Like the capital cities, they do vary. Like a lot of them, I think, like rare materials tend to be on the capital. That's not
Oh
always
yeah.
the case, though.
I was just thinking
Um,
strategically, it might be nice to pick the capital, but I think Marrakesh probably is because it's got rare materials. Marrakesh and Madrid are nice strategic cities for the western defence of our coalition, and then obviously Tim's got his bit, and actually he's oh my god, look at what you've done with your planes, Tim. So you've got I've just noticed you've got southwest of Spain, you've got west of Spain, you've got west of France, and you've basically got our backs big time on that western coast. It's incredible. I hadn't even noticed what you've done there.
Yeah, should spot pretty much anything coming through.
Yeah. Still never got to the bottom of the mysterious disappearance of the naval people. So we're just gonna have to see if anything comes of that. But interestingly as well, I'll just show you what I've got here. Near Malaga and Tangier, at the entrance to the Med, I've got a little stack of ships. I've got a destroyer, 2 frigates, and a corvette. So that's well defended. I mean, it may not keep out 5 destroyers or an aircraft carrier and a load of stuff with it, but it's certainly going to keep them busy for a little while we get everything else in there. And I've started building up defensive stacks on these strategic western cities. Now Marrakesh is on the front line. Would be on the front line to Mali if I move in, or Brazil if they move in through Mali. So I have felt it a bit important to keep a short stack there. So I've got a fairly badly damaged combat recon, but I am building a hospital, I think, in Marrakesh. Yeah, so that's going to help them out. And then I've got a main battle tank, a mechanised, and an infantry and a motorised infantry. So we've got the old world and the new world of fighting, defending Marrakesh, and then we've got one of Jonathan's anti-air battalions. So that's quite a nice short stack, just to, I don't know, it would certainly slow a big stack, or give a short stack a run for its money as well, big time. And then can fly people into Tangier for backup. So that's kind of like a backup for the front. And then in Madrid, I've just got a mechanised and anti-air, but I'll start to beef that up as well. Oh, and I have a strike fighter there as well. So we've got the odd little bit of defence there, and I can show you what I've got in Warsaw as well. I've just been sending troops back. So I decided that even if it takes like a day to get to Warsaw, it's worth it. Here we go. I've got some motorised infantry, and then I've got 2 mechanised infantry that have like only a third of their health each, and they're going to be, so they've got 22 out of 60 health, but they're going to be gaining 5 health a day, I think, each. So if we check what they're on next episode, and it's 32, then we know it is gained per unit. It's got to be per unit, right? They're not just going to give whatever's on there 5 hit points spread about the lot of them, are they?
Because the city will give you 1 base healing point as well.
Oh, okay. So is it going to be 6? Oh, it is.
Yeah. If you look on the city, it says under the information you've got the victory points, population, the healing value, and the defense bonus.
My goodness me, 6 healing points a day. It's even better than advertised. I'll come back to that hospital.
Should I build like a hospital somewhere in the Middle East, or somewhere else, like for all our troops to go to? Like, where do you reckon the best kind of location for that would be?
Yeah, I guess you're going to be pretty, I mean, maybe even Iraq, because that's right in the middle, isn't it? Because so Iraq's going to be right in the middle of, if you took Iran and all the green areas, then Iraq would be right in the middle, or Syria would be set back a bit, so there'd be quite a lot of buffer zone. It's difficult to say. Where are you thinking?
I'm really not sure. Like, I think somewhere in Syria would make sense. So there's still quite a lot of fighting to be had in Iraq and perhaps Iran too. And I don't know how quickly I'm going to get there. And Mongolia just looks like this massive war comparison. Although we probably have like a similar amount of troops facing each other down.
Yeah.
Maybe Al Raqqa, just because I'll be like keeping some troops there and moving a lot of troops through there and making troops there. It might be a good idea to like put all my eggs in one basket and build some hospitals and some recruiting offices there too. Maybe I'll save up and annex probably a rare material city somewhere around here and then stick some hospitals on there too. So got a few options.
Yeah, I like it because you're kind of committed to Al Raqqa anyway because you're repairing their level 5 army base, so it makes sense to just go full commit. I guess you've already got a hospital on Aleppo.
There's Jerusalem or Baghdad would be locations I'll be focusing on, maybe even Mecca. I don't know, just anywhere really. And then eventually I'll be looking to annex like a lot more cities just to really snowball the production anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be nice. Once your materials start to get a bit more plentiful and you notice that you're not struggling anymore, I guess that's when you can start annexing. Or are you just going to commit to the investment while you can?
I think I'll just need a good balance between continuing to make troops and investing little bits in my resource production for now. And I just thought, like, wherever my central city needs to be, there does need to be an airport there too, because with Warsaw, it's just been so handy just being able to fly in and fly out.
God,
and
so
also,
useful.
And if it's an airport, I'm better off building it on the front line. So the air assault of all my special ops has a longer range into the enemy battlefield as well.
Yeah. Well, you could be brave and just plough all the way through Iraq, take Avaz
Baghdad.
or Baghdad, take the furthest point, or you could like Tehran or something. I don't know. Yeah, Baghdad's pretty key.
Being aggressive, yeah.
Baghdad's got an air base.
It's got an air base. I could build a hospital on there. Boom, ready to go.
Or Q8 City has got a hospital and an air base.
Q8 City. And I'm headed for there now. So
perfect. So you could just start building straight away.
And then I could even build some ships out of there if I was to annex it, and that would be useful going all the way into like India, and the other reaches of Asia.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Might go for Q8 City then.
Yeah. But for now, there is plenty of troops to kill. But as soon as I get to Q8, I'll have that airport to get my special forces to. Once they finish killing everything else in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, I've seen your stack then. So here's your infantry officer and 1 motorised infantry. But further on, here's your stack of 5 special forces. God, they're lethal, aren't they? They've got 8.5 attack against troops. I mean, troops wouldn't stand a chance against them. They're much weaker against armoured vehicles.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. I'm just going for it. Like, I'm not sure what he's still got left, or I could always just send in some planes for extra support. I just thought I'd just send them in there. Why not? If
you want to get a look at what the most risky building is so far in the game, if you go west from your special forces guys, past Tim's boats to near Aswan, just west of Aswan, directly west, the next region, I'm 98% of the way through building a local industry on a Frontline tile. But that would have been more than Frontline when I started building. I don't think I'd even taken Aswan, I'm not sure. It was completely surrounded by enemy territories. So, but that will pay off. I just need components, and I was happy to take the risk. Oh, there's another... Is that another territory? No. I'm just building on every...
Yeah.
I'm just building on every single local industry I can. So I've got There we go, level 3 up there. Level 1 there, so I'll build another one on there. In fact, I can now. I was focusing local industries on supplies, but then I feel like I got enough supplies coming in, and then realised that I've got way fewer component tiles, so I started building up the components. But here in homeland of France, or where is it? Oh, here it is, in Italy. There's a component tile. Yeah, that's on max. Okay, well, what are we researching at the moment, Tim and Jonathan?
Right now, I'm researching level 4 frigate and 5 ability rift. Refit for something. Can't think what that's actually for. Oh, it's for the sub. Yeah, I'm researching a sub upgrade and yeah, frigate level 4 at the moment.
Very nice. And we're just looking at your sub and frigate stats. So we've seen those. I'm very pleased to say I am on the final upgrade, I do believe, yes, of the mechanised. So I'm researching it as we speak, and I'm 30% of the way through, and I'm 1 day, 6 hours away from the fully upgraded mechanised infantry. And their attack rating against troops will be 8, 9 against tanks. The defence rating is going to be 3.1 against planes, which is going to be very nice and very useful because I haven't really invested in anti-air. 3.7 against helicopters. But the defence rating against troops is 10 and 11.3 against armoured vehicles. So they're going to be really nice. And I'm on a rocket launcher upgrade from the looks of it as well.
35 health as well. I mean, they basically become like
Cool.
armoured fighting vehicles themselves, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much. I hadn't realised
Very strong.
that health amount as well. 35 hit points. Very nice. My rocket launcher is getting upgraded, and so it will have an attack range of 100, which is insane. It's a really long distance. It's 85 at the minute. But with 3 rocket launchers in a stack, I mean, by the time anyone gets near you, they'll be pretty badly damaged.
Yeah.
Once you hit them at that range. So that's pretty nice. But I have been thinking maybe I should start to invest in a bit of anti-air. And when I next get a research slot, if I remember, what would you go for in anti-air?
I'd say just SAM turrets.
Mobile SAM?
Yeah. Once you get those to, it's either level 3 or 4. I think it depends which country you start on. But the next sort of generation of SAM turrets, then they can fly. And it's the same with rocket launchers as well. When they get to level 4, they can fly.
Oh, that would be nice. Oh, that would be very nice.
Frontline.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to have flying rocket launchers. So I guess... Oh, am I about to... Let's have a look. Am I about to upgrade them to that? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is level 4 that I'm researching. There it is. Airlift. I hadn't even looked at that. Ferry range 5,000. Oh, that's going to be very nice. Very nice defensively. Oh, that's good. Oh, and just flying them around places quicker.
Yeah.
And I've got... Oh, I can't think where I've got another rocket launcher. Yeah, so I've just built a rocket launcher in Strasbourg, and I'm transporting him down to the front line, but if I could have flown him down, he'd have gone to Paris and then Bash down to Al Joff, and then he'd have been there probably about 20 hours earlier than he's going to be. So, yeah, for reinforcements and then getting them back if there's any attacks to some of the main hubs, that's going to be really nice, because I could do that with my mechanised infantry. I mean, I'd love to be able to fly my tanks around there. They're a bit of a beast to get around. I'll have to upgrade my strike fighters as well to make them look as cool as Jonathan's.
Coolest planes.
Well, we're getting there. I mean, Jonathan started his second wave, and I'm on my way now, so there's going to be plenty of action in the next few episodes. And Tim has got our backs big time. Check that out. All those planes and subs and boats. Pretty nice. Any last thoughts, guys?
No, not from me.
Really? No.
Okay, well, it's been a great episode. We'll see you in the next one. And so it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from them.
See ya.
Over and out.